Hello, this is Mr. Kent of MrKent.com. And if you want to get the sharpest images on your videos that you make flying any drone, this is just one little extra thing that may help. I know it will help, and I found it to be useful information to me. First of all, I'm going to cover my hand. I'm going to cover all this up over here, and in your camera, let's say that we're working with 1080. Okay, so I want you to imagine this is this is the imaging sensor on your camera, and actually, if you're running 1080, there would be 1,080 of these this way, and there would be 1,920 across this way. Okay, so 1080, this would be up and down, or this would be the side, and this would be the bottom, and the top would be up here. Okay, all right, so that's what you would normally be, and of course it would be like this in your, if you're flying level, then this would be the top, this would be the bottom, and you would have a wide picture with 1080. Okay, so now if you understand that, then also understand that, let's say that we're just shooting 30p. Okay, that's 30 frames per second. So the camera's CPU, the computer in the camera, is going to scan 1080 by 1920 pixel. Actually, they're diodes, and they create our pixels. They would, all of these, 1080 of these, 1920 of these, in 1/30th of a second. Now, that would be like if we do this, if we count 1001, okay, he just got through doing this 30 times. Okay, he scanned every one of these little diodes 30 times. All right, now is that making sense? I hope it's making sense. And so 1080 at 30 frames per second, that's what it would be. Now I wouldn't even be able to draw all of those, so I've just got, what do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wouldn't make a real grainy picture if we went with that. So what I want you to do is imagine, I think I got more than one paper here. And we'll just set these over here. I want you to imagine that as this camera is looking down, and it, by the way, I think it is recording at 1080 at 30 frames per second. But anyway, it doesn't matter. That's the imaging sensor is picking up everything down here and recording it. Okay. Now we have to, in order to give this example, we have to kind of turn this thing like this. Because this is going to be like this, according to the lens. This would be the lens, and the light's going to come in this way in my illustration. Okay, so this would be sitting like this. I hope that makes sense. All right, and 30 times a second, the CPU is going to copy all the stuff that's in here. Now, when we're flying straight, let's just give you an example. When we're flying straight, or let's say we're standing still. So we have this object, and we'll just say it's a stick man, okay? Okay, we have this object, and the lens is going to shoot his image into this, and so we have, these are diodes, and by the way, these little lines down here, they send, we'll put an arrow on that, they send the information from these diodes to the to the memory to create the picture. Okay, so there wouldn't be much there, but there would be an X there, an X there, and an X there from the image coming in and hitting that, and nothing there, and nothing there, and nothing. That would be standing still. So what happens is in the first well, let's see, how can we do that? If there's that during that 1/30th of a second, the CPU is going to scan this, and this like that. But it does it one line at a time. So it's going to scan this one, send it down to the CPU, and then it'll scan this one and send it to the CPU, and then this one, send it to CPU, and this one, send it to CPU, and that one send it in a 30th of a second, okay? So in 1/30th of a second, it's going to take this line, then this line, then this line, then this line, then this line, and pile them up in the memory cells of the CPU of memory. Okay, now I hope that's clear. Okay, now we're going to we'll do a different one here, and we'll get a clean piece of paper. We're just going to make it easy. We're going to do our object is going to be, let's say, a ball. Okay, now that was this one here. The guy was standing still, but let's say that we're videotaping. Well, it won't be a ball. Let's just make an object. Let's just make an object, just a round object, and this time we're going to be moving forward. Okay, so here we're standing still, and in this case, we're moving. The camera is moving this direction. Okay, so it's almost the same thing as standing still, except we'll start out there, and we got nothing here, nothing here, nothing here, but we got something there, nothing there, nothing there, and then as we move forward to this point, we're moving forward now, and so he just got this. Now the CPU got this line. Now he's going to go back and get this line, and we're moving forward. So maybe that's a little bigger, and we're moving forward, and so it gets a little bigger. And in a 30th of a second, as we're moving forward, this is what is happening inside the digital imaging sensor. It sends that information. Now you'll notice that if that's the case, then every one of these lines is almost identical, except that the image gets bigger as you get closer. Okay, so that's what happens when you're moving forward. But let's make one up here. I think I got more. I hope I don't run out. Okay, so let's make one up where the image is going to start here, and we're panning with our drone, okay? And the image is going to start here and move across the screen this way, okay? So as we're panning, the image is going to appear to move across the screen in that 1/30th of a second. Okay, so to begin with, the first line is going to have something there, nothing in there, and then as we're moving around, and he's going to send all this information to the CPU, okay, or to the memory, and then but we're moving. So now on the second frame, he's there, so he sends this information, and on the third frame, he's there, so we got one there. Nothing else here. Just nothing else on this line, just that guy right there. And on the next frame, he's here, and on the next frame, he's here, or not frame, I'm sorry, on the next, during this one scan, to create that one frame, he's as he moves across, we have this kind of a situation. So whatever we're looking at, whether it's trees, or people, or the ground, this frame right here is going to be smeared. It's like the object is here and it's smeared across that frame. So now when you're looking at the video, this frame is not near as sharp of an image as that one there, where we were just moving forward. This thing didn't move, it didn't smear, it did get a little larger, and if we're standing still, it's staying the same size. So the objective of what I'm trying to show you here is if you are filming moving forward, you'll get a much sharper image than if you're panning and you're videotaping while you're panning. Each frame, while you're moving left or right, each frame is going to be smeared. Now I'm going to put up some examples of that so you can take a look at it and see what happens when we're either going straight or standing still or panning. And I'm going to use one of my construction videos, but it's not going to be about construction. All right? So let's go to some of the videos that we've shot. And by the way, I think I might have said this, I'm going to put a couple of links to videos on YouTube that show the same thing, only with smarter, intelligent guys than me. All right? So let's go take a look at some videos. All right, here we are moving along forward, and you get a pretty sharp image moving forward. Now watch when we come to the end of the block. We just taken off from my house. Now watch when we come to the end of the block. Look at all the sharpness now. All right, now you notice how things start to blur. We'll go straight again. Now we're going to stop. I think we're going to stop here. And look at the building down there. It's pretty sharp. And so let's see what happens when I start to move. Now you notice as it moves, it's blurred. Okay? And we'll just let this go around out until I get it stopped over here. Now it's sharp. It'll stay sharp until I start to move. I think I'm going to pan to the right, and you'll notice that the sharpness will go away. Well, this is better. All right, now we're going to pan to the right. Okay, now that we are moving to the right and all the images are being created 30 per second, the houses are moving across those images, across those pixels. Now I'm panning to the left. Look at the bushes. Notice the bushes down there, how they sharpened up when I stopped. And as I start to go again, they'll get blurry. There you see. So if you don't want blurry videos, if you're gonna pan or move to the right or left, you want to make sure that you do it as slow as possible. Here we're moving forward and things are staying pretty sharp. Now I'm going at an angle, and you can see that it's not as blurry as when I pan left or right. So going at a 45-degree angle may be a good way to avoid distortion. Moving around a point will avoid distortion. Although you'll notice at the top of the frame, there's more distortion than there is at the center. Here I'm moving from left to right, and we're seeing some more smearing. When I stop, it'll get sharp. And here once again, I'm going at about a 45 degree, which minimizes the smearing. I could be looking straight down at the houses and going sideways, but this minimizes the blurriness. Once again, moving forward gives you the sharpest picture as compared to panning sideways. So I hope that's helpful, and be sure and check out the links of the other videos on YouTube that do a better job of explaining why. And so I want to thank you for watching, and God bless.